Guys, so I want to talk about something else. I have my trauma class tonight. I have an appointment this afternoon about the nonprofit grant. And I do want to say something in the pro-life stuff here. So I've been working through the trauma, and I actually have felt some healing again, and just I am actually doing really good. Even today, again, to feel the wholeness that of who I was before the trauma, to feel that that was like my baby, that was my little boy or my little girl, and to be able to finally kind of get through everything and process everything and get through all that trauma. It is well worth all the tears. It is worth everything you have had to go through to get to the point of getting back to your core and your center before that baby was lost. So when I frame it this way, and I frame it with my baby, and to be able to own it, to be able to, when I had grieved through the pro-life class, the post-abortive class, it was like one of the first steps. It was peeling back an onion, one of the first steps of grieving my baby. But to be able to own it more, and to own my pregnancy, and to own that that was my call and nobody else's call to make, it is really healing, ladies, when you have been coerced into abortion. So I would recommend that you go through all of it, go through the numbing that you probably felt after, and had to deal with it. So you were just numb and you were not able to really, I'm just going to roll up my window because somebody's next to me, to be able to really, you couldn't process, you had to cope, right? You just had to, you had to somehow find a way to cope. So I graduated from high school early, I dated, I did all these things without being able to heal from that abortion. So now that when you get to this point of real healing and really feeling whole and feeling like, okay, that was my baby, even at just 12 weeks, there should have been a bond there. There should have been the ability to have a nurturing feeling, but that trauma cuts it off. So now when you get to this point, you want to frame your story totally different. You want to look back at everything, and journaling is a great thing to do. I write a lot, and writing will get you through a lot of dealing with the trauma and trying to process what exactly happened. So as I look at this even today, and I'm framing it differently, it's just like, wow, you had a little baby boy or girl, and they just took that baby right from you without a second thought of you or that baby. So get to that point that you can back up, and you can see it differently. You can see it more for what it was, just rather than even caring for you. They took a pregnant woman and they just, trashed her, took her baby right out of her, and grieve it a bit more. So I am really good, and this is so, it sounds, unless you're on the inside of the trauma, you can't see it. It doesn't sound like it should be so difficult to get through, right? You had an abortion, you lost the baby, the end, right? But when you are in it and you have to process it, get to that point of being like, okay, I had a baby boy or girl who was in that canister of blood, who they killed. My baby was that canister of blood. So get to that point, and then you will feel just 100% better without carrying that trauma. So I think what we need to do in the pro-life movement is, I think we need to look at abortion as more than just abortion. When we are helping women heal, I think it's more than just grieving your baby. It's more than just, applying principles about whether you're forgiven or not. I think we really have to get at the core of it first. And then once we can process, I think then we can think about, God's grace and everything. So I think trauma has to be part of the post-abortive healing stuff. I don't think you can really heal women from post-abortive care, with post-abortive care until you get to the trauma of it all and make sure it's all processed. And of course, it's like an onion. 2 classes for me on post-abortive care to try to get through it. And this is how bad the denial is with abortion. It is huge. So we got to get women the trauma care that they need to really process every little thing that happened at the abortion and around it. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys.